This lesson is going to review writing biographies. First of all, let's take a look at what a biography is. A biography is a written account of someone else's life. Now, it's important to notice the difference between a biography and an autobiography. A biography is written by somebody other than the person. An autobiography is written by the person whose story that it is. So if you were to write the story of your own life, you would be writing an autobiography. If you were writing the story of your best friend's life, that would be a biography. Biographies tell about the important events and significant, which is another word for important, experiences in that person's life. So usually when you're writing a biography about someone, you think of somebody who has done something important or has had some kind of impact on the world. A biography often contains the reasons why someone is considered important. There must be a good reason why someone is taking the time to write about this person, and so whoever's writing it usually includes why the person is important. The process for writing a biography is pretty straightforward. First thing that you need to do is research the person's life. And when researching the person's life, it's a good idea to use at least 2 sources. More sources are better, but at least 2 sources when you're doing research. You could use sources that would include books or websites. You could also use what would be called primary sources, and those would be like if you interview a person who knows the person that you're writing about. That would be a primary source, a direct source. Or you could do secondary sources like books, internet, things like that. But at least 2 sources so that you get plenty of information about this person. It's important that as you're researching that you take notes. And some areas where you want to make sure that you take notes on: important facts about the person, important dates in the person's life, places that are important to that person, like where they were born, where they lived, where they worked, where they died if they have already died, places of that nature. Events that happened to the person that were really important to their life, and accomplishments, things that that person did that were positive, that showed some form of accomplishment. Make sure when you're writing that you have some kind of interesting beginning, something that grabs your reader's attention. 2 ways or 2 things that you could include in your beginning are anecdotes. Remember from previous writing assignments, anecdotes are very short, emphasis on the very short, stories that are somehow related to your topic. You could also include an interesting quotation, maybe a quotation that the person said or that somebody said about that person. Those would be good ways to begin your biography. When you're writing, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the events that best reveal the person's character and achievements. And you want to leave out the unimportant details. When you write a biography, you are not going to write a book that is 200 pages long at this point. So you want to make sure that you're zeroing in on the very most important events, the things that are most important for your reader to know and to understand about your person. So for instance, I don't really need to know that your person's favorite color is blue. However, knowing when your person was born and what they studied in school to make them the person they became, that might be more important. Depends upon your person and what your person's known for. Make sure when you're writing your biography that you write in chronological order. Chronological order just means that you're writing in time order. So you're starting from the very beginning of the story, so when the person was born or very young, and moving forward as the person ages. You don't want to jump all around. You don't want to talk about when the person's born and then talk about their death and then talk about when they were married and then talk about their teenage years. It just gets really confusing for your reader. Ways to help your reader follow your chronological order: make sure that you include dates in your writing, and always those important time order words like first, next, sequential words.